All right, thank you for tuning to Showtime and Kev podcast. I'm Cory Showtime.
And I'm Kevin Munroe.
And we are here at ChickenWaffle Studios with Fail to Render, and we are doing a very special Showtime and Kev podcast. But no matter whether we're in 3D, 4D, VR, whatever, we cannot start our podcast until Kevin does his island intro to scare Caucasians all over the world. So Kevin, please.
You know it starts. In the name of the one called Emperor Selassie, I conquer and child of Jewel, King of Kings and Santa Cruz Reggae Music Festival with the rascal that go on up in this piece, Lord of Mercy. Book, shooting in VR. Book. Yaga yo, Lord of Mercy.
Book.
No pixels were harmed in making this.
No, not at all. Kevin, you're not fake. Like, why? What's going on that side of your chair? What's up?
Okay, so right out the gate, I just knocked over a drink on my laptop, so that's a problem. That's just.
I knew you were gonna do it. You said I'm trying not to do it.
Yeah, I knew what was gonna happen. I knew it. I just knew it. I was just waiting for calamity to ensue. This is our first VR performance, so yeah, there's got to be some weirdness happening here.
Definitely. I'm going to cover for Kevin while he takes care of a potentially disastrous mistake. And so normally we do our thing in Zoom where we're like, two talking heads on CNN, but we were able to team up with the wonderful people here with ChickenWaffle Studios and Fail to Render. And I've been doing the comedy show a couple times over the last couple months. It's been a delight over the whole pandemic. Kevin, you are like impaled on the microphone. Anyway, I play enough video games where this doesn't bother me at all. This is just Assassin's Creed. But we decided to try this thing out in a whole other dimension, and so far I'm digging it. The studio's coming along very nicely, as you can see. I love that our logo is in the back. Kevin, as Big Al pointed out earlier when we were talking, looks like a pinto bean. He's never going to live that down as long as I live.
And in real life, I actually do look like a sexy pinto bean, so I'm cool with that. I mean, that's just how that goes. I'm a sexy pinto bean, ladies. If you want it, no guacamole.
Kevin, is your laptop still working? Do you have our show notes ready to go?
Yeah. I mean, nothing's on fire on this end. So this is actually pretty fun to be in the space. Some of these things are actually just decorations. So, for example, that joint on the table is not real. Cory's already tried to smoke it at least 5 times. It doesn't work. Yeah, it ain't happening. So
I
we're
can't
just
get
trying
my
to figure it out as
fingers
it goes.
Yeah, I'm about to knock
Pass
down
the
in
dutchie
real
on the
life
left
too.
hand side. So man, what's popping in the world, man? Let's get this thing. Let's get this thing popping.
The thing that's popping. Oh, you go ahead. Sorry, I'll let you lead in.
Oh man, so I know you're out of town for a minute, so you're probably off the internet and all that. But as usual, some dumb shit has popped off. Ice Cube of NWA came out and said that he was working with Donald Trump to help out with the Black Platinum Plan. Okay. And at first, I thought that was cool because I was like, "Oh, Platinum Plan. I mean, is that like a club thing? Like, I mean, does that mean that we get like free VIP, like Ace of Spades bottles? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, this is gonna be nice. Let's get that Platinum Plan popping. Let's get those sparklers."
Let me stop you here. Like when you said like Ice Cube of NWA, like, bruh, I'm younger than you. I don't know how long you think I've been in the world, but Ice Cube, when I got Ice Cube, it was West Side Connection, and then like a few years later, it was Are We There Yet? So...
right. Yeah, I understand. Like
I had to do my research. It's like, oh shit, yeah, he wasn't there.
Man, you youngsters don't realize back in my day,
like so Ice Cube was a black leader.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, he went from fuck the police to Today Was a Good Day to Are We There Yet to Let's Kick It with Trump. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
I don't think that's what it was, because you're representing one side of it, and that's kind of what I've seen since I got back about social media, is that there's a million different ways to look at it. And what I've seen from Ice Cube himself was that he put out this plan in August, and he gave both sides and both sides reached out to him. The Democrats said they'd get back to him after the election. Trump sent I think it was either Candace Owens or Jared Kushner to talk to him about what he meant, and that's how this has become Ice Cube's working with Trump. And the reason I wanted to find out more about how this came to be, because again, this is Ice Cube, NWA, fuck the police, America's Most Wanted.
I'll never have dinner with the president. Remember
exactly.
that? He said, "I'll never have dinner with the president," and now
he didn't. Kevin, let me finish talking. All right, yeah, exactly. All that stuff. I'm saying. So, like, he's saying, "I'm never having dinner with the president," but he's also saying, like, "Yo, what is it that anybody's going to do? Because if all these crazy white people that want us, gone, win, then we still gonna have to deal with the next 4 years, right? And at the same time." Go ahead.
But I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's the same game. I mean, they're not going to try to change anything. I mean, the idea
is Biden going to try to change anything?
Look, I get the sentiment that, like, okay, you got to work with whoever is in front of you. But at the same time, though, like, you have to realize these dudes have been in power for 4 years. If they wanted to hook up black people with a platinum plan, they could have done that shit in 2017, 2018, 2019.
And right now, here's one thing. I've already voted for Democrats that have locked up hundreds of thousands of black people. So what is it that Ice Cube is going to bring to them that they're going to do? So he's already gone to Trump, and everybody's like, oh, Trump played him. All right, he's got a bullshit offer. You take that bullshit offer to Joe Biden if he wins, and then what?
I mean, you fight those dudes, from the very beginning to the very end. I mean, you don't. I mean,
no, I'm saying.
But the point is, you don't bother with people that you know. You don't bother with people that you know are not going to do the right thing.
It's November 5th. Joe Biden wins. Now you're like, okay, I talked to Trump. He said he's going to do this for us. You won. What are you going to do for us? You're not going to do nothing?
Right.
Okay. Or are you going to do something? Great. What are you going to do is the question. Because, like, he took it to them. He has something. He's like, at least I tried to do it on either side. You guys did say you get back to me.
Yeah,
and now I have
come on. Point. But keep it real, though. Like, did you really think that side was going to try to help out? They're not. I mean,
no.
So all they got, you know what they got? They got a nice little photo, and they got his name in the mix. Right, and so that's messed up. I mean, that's we call that in the Caribbean, we call that ungawa politics, right? Where like just before the election, you go find the biggest chief, right? You take a picture with the biggest chief of the village, and then you leave him alone.
Kevin. So you mean to tell me that Trump putting MAGA hats on Ice fucking Cube is somehow like better for Ice Cube? I mean, excuse me, better for Trump? Like, that doesn't show them being more, like, that's not more of a, like, showing them what they've been doing the last 4 years?
Well, it's not for us. It's for his people. So the people on the fence who are kind of like thinking, I don't know, maybe this Trump guy might be decent. Like, he just show a picture of him with Ice Cube, and they go, oh, see, he has black friends.
Decent. We know he's not decent.
But they do this shit all the time, though.
For the last 4 years, how long have we been doing this show? We know he's not decent. My point is, he put it out there, and then they said something, and then he's like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Be like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing to y'all. And then like what is, like, I'm just saying, what is Ice Cube supposed to do?
He's supposed to not give them a photo op and make it look like they're decent people, like straight up.
Where is there a picture of Ice Cube and Donald Trump shaking hands, drinking 40?
Okay,
and talking,
all right. There's not exactly.
And the platinum plan is racist as shit. So that right there is like, okay, yeah, that's some like it's like free chicken and waffles on Friday. That's gonna be the new policy. You get grapes.
Actually, I have no problem with free chicken and waffles on Friday, bro.
In a paper bag gets free grape soda. That's exactly how that platinum plan is gonna work.
Do you have a problem with that? If that was really the plan, I'd be like
100%. Yes, I have a problem with that, Kevin.
I have no problem with that. At least that's a tangible thing. You can go tell me.
I love the word VR because I can walk over and pretend to hit you.
That's a reasonable plan. Like, if you tell me you will create 1 million jobs, I'll be like, fuck you. If you said free chicken and waffles on Friday, I'm down because that's real. Okay? Roscoe's is real.
Time out. Big Al just said like there's like part of the plan will be hot sauce in every purse. Now, is that what you want, Kevin? Is that truly what you want?
It's better than nothing. If you're gonna promise
No, it's
me
not.
like it,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. I'd rather have
Do you
nothing.
hate hot sauce? Do you hate hot sauce?
I would rather have nothing than further access to diabetes.
Hey, well, that's on you, bro. That's on you. Me personally, I'm like free hot sauce. Shit.
You've been in Tobago for too long. You're
Make
like,
America great again.
This third world living. No, I want all the free food I can get. I don't care how bad it is for me.
That's where we're at right now. I mean, my point is, look. My point is, look, if you're going to be ridiculous about this, if you're going to just make up fake shit that you're not going to do, I'll take some real stuff you're going to do over some fake shit, okay? So if you say you're going to create 1 million jobs for black people in 2021 by magic, I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that. But you're going to say, like, free hot sauce on Fridays? Yes! I'm
so
free
now,
hot sauce.
No, so time out. Now you're on Trump's side.
I'm not really. I'm just saying, let's just make it real.
You're not even real. All it took for you was hot sauce, and I'm saying just listen to Ice Cube. Jesus.
By the way, you know who's laughing their ass off right now? MC Hammer. Okay. MC Hammer. because Ice Cube called MC Hammer a sellout back in '92, and Hammer's the whole like, oh, I'm a sellout because I was dancing with shiny shoes on. That's what makes you a sellout. Word.
Kevin, you know what it is? You either die the hero or you live long enough for people to take pictures with Donald Trump.
No, I'm sorry, where were we? We're talking about very serious topics here, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Showtime and Kev podcast.
Free chicken on Fridays.
Free hot sauce on Fridays. That's a real thing.
Free hot sauce on Fridays. $2 Tuesday.
So like back in Trinidad, we had this thing, they call it rum and roti politics, which is what this is, they don't do anything for you for 4 years, and then like the week before the election starts, they pull up with a big truck and they hand out free bottles of rum and free goat roti, and everybody eats and drinks, and they're like, yeah, vote for PNM or the PNP or whatever party, you know. So I've seen this a million times, but I'm from a third world country. You're not supposed to be doing it here in America.
Oh, we've been a banana republic for quite some time now.
It kind of seems that way now, and it's like, what the hell
you've been talking about it.
Like, why did I come to America? I mean, I could have stayed back home in a third world country and lived this way. Like, I didn't need this.
Well, I was born here, so I'm stuck here, motherfucker. So
I want my money back. I'm a black Karen in this motherfucker. I'm Black Karen. Can I speak to the manager, please? Excuse me?
A black immigrant wants his money back in America. Oh, that's rich.
I want my money back. Oh man.
That's
well,
funny.
anyway,
we're gonna get canceled before we get started.
Yeah, it's like Richard Pryor's first show on NBC. Like halfway through the intro, they're like, "We canceling this."
Yeah, this is too much. We're airing in.
You know what's funny about that Richard Pryor show? He got canceled because there's an opening sketch where he talks about how he didn't give up anything to be on the show, and it turns out he's completely naked, but he has no genitalia. Like they totally like took his dick and his balls away, and they banned him for that. Like he literally did not show any genitalia, and they were like, "No, we can't have that."
I remember that. He was like a black Ken doll, and that's like a prosthetic they still use for that type of thing. And it's like, what's the problem? Like,
it's like I'm literally not showing you anything. What is the problem here? They're like, nope.
I thought it was because what was that show where he kissed Lily Tomlin? Though I think that's why they canceled it.
Oh God, I know what you're talking about. It's at the tip of my tongue. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Pryor for breaking terrible barriers. Can you get naked in VR? Is that possible?
Please don't, for the love of God. Oh, what a good angle.
Al's like, no. Like, would they even make that?
Al's like, no, and Kyle's like, fuck. He's pulling out digital dollars. He's making it rain.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, don't
make
it rain. Anyway. Okay, what's the next topic, man?
Okay, so next thing. So we talked about Ice Cube. Now, here's another thing that's popping off right now. I'm sorry, I have to look at this. Oh, okay. Another immigrant pet peeve here. So people are having a hard time pronouncing Kamala Harris, right? So and it's mostly jackasses, dudes that are going like Kamala,
I thought it was Kamala. I haven't heard anyone say so. It's Kamala.
Well, they're not even trying. They're like Kamama. And I'm just like, as an immigrant, I'm kind of lucky. My name is Kevin, which is kind of very British. But a lot of my friends who are immigrants, they have the same problem. They're from Nigeria or whatever, and like Americans just don't even try.
Kevin, Kevin, I'm American. I'm lucky my name is Cory and not Bontavious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the only person that gets that. But at the same time, I know a girl named Erica where her name is Airwreka.
Woo! They went all the way around. They took the long route.
It's an ignorance thing. And also, me and Milan were watching listening to a Netflix documentary on the way back home the other day, and it was like some chick in Tulsa named Dina Dean, and it was like, y'all didn't even try.
Yeah, that's as generic as you could possibly get, man. But it just annoys me because it's not that people can't pronounce names, is that they don't want to do it because they want to show disrespect to people. So everybody could say Arnold Schwarzenegger, people could say Pete Buttigieg, people could say Mitch McConnell. Like all these names are like Buttigieg is from Malta, McConnell is Irish, Schwarzenegger obviously Austrian. Like those things. It's a respect thing. I
get what you're saying.
Yeah. They don't even want to make the effort. So I mean, and you see it happen all the time. Like I remember when I graduated from college, they were like, well, you're lucky your name is Kevin. If you had like a name like LaShawn or something, you want to change that so people don't know you're black. And I'm like, why would I change my name? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, Cory sounds very nice. Cory sounds like a white kid that surfs.
I've gotten that my whole fucking life. And you know what's funny? My mom did that strategically. Milan was talking to me the other day about how one of her sisters was saying, like, I'm the most job-gettingest motherfucker she ever met. I'm like, yeah, my mom gave me the most hireable name on a resume she could find.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would love to change my name to like Ashanti Black Panther Mutombo Big Black Motherfucker. Like, that would be great. Just put it on your resume. Okay, next up we have Ashanti
Jenkins the third.
That show would be hilarious. I mean,
he's laughing at the CEO part.
Theodore. So I'm just annoyed because I know, like, if Biden and Kamala Harris win, we're gonna have 4 years of this noise, So yeah,
that's what you're annoyed by.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the pinprick annoyance, the small things. I mean, there's gonna be much greater problems too, but the daily just like, it's like that when you went to high school, that kid that would sort of like slap you over the head, like when you sitting down trying to eat lunch. It's like, it's not the end of the world, but God, do I have to deal with this every day? Ugh.
If that's the scandal and not the constant, I literally can't keep up with all the shit this Cheeto motherfucker is doing, I will take that in a heartbeat. Like, I am so frustrated as a comedian where everybody said, oh, Donald Trump wins, you're going to have 4 years of comedy material. I can't churn the shit out fast enough for it to be relevant.
Right. Yeah, the bitches go out the window.
I had a great joke about Biden's son, and this fool's already off on to fucking up the mail. I can't do anything fast enough.
Right. Yeah, your material just goes stale. Like, by the time you finish writing it, it's done.
Yeah.
And the other thing I noticed too, like, I've done a lot of VR shows, Zoom shows, stuff like that. Like, a lot of the audience, they don't want to hear that shit anymore, man. Like, they're like, please talk about something else.
On both sides of the aisle. Like, liberals are tired of it because they're triggered, and Republicans don't want to hear about it because they'll shoot you. So,
right. It's no joke, man. Like, guns are selling out right now, man. I mean, I know people.
I was looking for
like. Yeah, you were talking about, for real. Like, you're talking about getting strapped up. Is that still the thing?
I'm not going to confirm nor deny. I'm just saying, like, it is very difficult to find any ammunition or firearms right now because of just supply and demand. Like, remember that one Christmas where Tickle Me Elmo was fucking nowhere? Like, you couldn't buy it for your niece. Nobody. It was gone. That's like every gun in America right now.
Are you comparing guns to Tickle Me Elmo right now?
Yes.
What?
Al just chimed in. Women are buying guns in numbers. He's right. Like the Tickle Me Elmo, you literally can't keep them on the stores. And he's in Texas. He knows. You can get a gun with you. I was driving through El Paso one time. I got pulled over and the cop asked me if I had a gun in the car. And I said no. And then he gave me one. That's how it works in Texas. Okay.
You're gonna need this, son. You know, that's crazy to me, man. Like what is wrong with y'all? Like, why does everybody need a gun? Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, first of all, disclosure.
Oh, sorry. Can I ask that?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I really don't.
I mean,
on both sides. I got crazy cousins that have been shooting off guns my whole life. I got crazy redneck friends that have been shooting off guns my whole life. They're gonna meet one day.
But this is not Call of Duty. Like, you don't get extra men. Like, you know, you get one shot, you're done. I mean, like, back in the Caribbean, we didn't have guns. We have the cutlass, which is like a machete.
What? And that's why y'all so crazy, because y'all got that in-your-face melee combat.
Me have to chop your boy.
Americans are out of shape. We're heavy. We eat a lot of cheese. We need something that can kill you from about 300 yards.
No, man, I'm just not feeling it. I'm sticking to my cutlass. You keep an oiled cutlass underneath your bed. Anybody walk in the room, chop them.
I'm going full John Wick training, man. I'm doing kickboxing, jujitsu. I'm going to the gun range. I'm trying to pick up nunchucks. Whatever's going down, I'm ready for.
Well, okay. Full disclosure. One of the reasons I hate guns is because I am 6'6". I am too easy to shoot. Like, I am like an easy ass target. Like, like this is.
I'm wide though. Like, you can't. Like, I'm my center mass is way easier to hit than yours. But then again, you are stretched out. Yeah, we're both done for. That's why I'm like, I'd rather have mine than get shot with yours or you know what I mean? How do we get here,
man? Dude, Yosemite Sam could shoot me, okay? Like, he just come in there, rooting to the shooting, bop, 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 and I'd still be dead.
The stormtrooper can hit you. Damn, that's the joke. The stormtrooper can hit you. That's how big you are, Kevin. You still there? Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Kevin busted for a second.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm just sending a message. Yeah. Okay. So that's the direction of the camera. So I was kind of engaged. It's actually kind of fun. I realized in this whole thing, I started looking at Cory the whole time because we haven't been able to look at each other for a while because we've been doing this like panel sort of thing. So I was just like, oh yeah, that's right. There's a camera here too. Hey, camera people.
This is virtual, but it's happening as we're here. This is beautiful. Yeah, it's great to have a conversation with you again, man.
Yeah, of course. Good times. Make sure I don't knock over my drink again.
Same.
So on to other things. So Cory's a big Lakers fan, and of course, you know, the Lakers won the championship, and of course they couldn't have a real rally or a procession because, you know, you're supposed to be inside. And
I'll take an Altspace parade.
Yeah. Well, they tried to. People were like doing like a VR parade, and I was like, "What are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna like have like a virtual riot afterwards? You gonna burn down your own apartment complex? Like, how's that gonna work?"
Grand Theft Auto is there for that reason. Like, I thought that's why they made the game. To deter people from actually lighting Los Angeles on fire. We'll call it Los Santos, and you can light it on fire.
Man,
I mean, I do it every day. I've been doing it every day for 7 years. It keeps me from actually doing it to Los Angeles.
Well, you know, people still went in the streets and try to have a parade, and like 80 people got arrested, and I was just dying laughing because I was like I live in East Hollywood, and I'm like, do these people ever run out of fireworks? Like,
Oh my
my
God.
dude. Like, dog,
Oh,
it's October. How do you still have a whole arsenal of fireworks in October?
I
Like, shouldn't you have
don't
popped
know.
all that shit off in July? Who is the supplier? You know, forget about the whole like drug. Forget about the whole like drug mule. I want to know who the fireworks mule is. Like, who's
Yeah.
bringing these fireworks into East Hollywood?
Yeah, there's a fireworks cartel that's more clandestine than the drug cartels. But I just want to say that, like, I hear what you're saying about the Laker thing, and as a Laker fan, as a diehard Laker fan who wanted to take to the streets and run around naked and for the first time in 10 years that we won a championship, I stayed my black ass home and got drunk because everybody out there, and I live close to Staples Center. I'm like, I don't want to catch the cooties. You know what I mean? Everybody out, like, the whole point of us being locked up, the whole point of me not being able to go out, the whole point of the game of the playoffs being in the bubble. Ow! I just hit something in real life. The whole point of the playoffs being in
the bubble. Yeah, make sure it wasn't Milan.
You would see the helmet violently fly that way if it was more. But
by the way, okay, just real quick, is it okay if you accidentally slap your girlfriend while you're in VR? Just like,
my girlfriend's black. It's not okay to slap her in any reason, shape, or form without dying. We'll be done in just a little bit. We'll be done by like 9:32. But yeah, like I was saying, the whole point of the playoffs being in the bubble was the fact that COVID, we're all being socially distanced and whatnot. So the fact that everybody went out to party, I'm like, that's beyond the point. Be happy, but damn, man. Like, it's just gonna make it worse.
Oh yeah. We're not. I mean, this is gonna go until like at the least middle of 2021. Because people are just stupid, man. They just don't want to do the thing. They don't want to wear the. They don't want to wear the damn mask, and and it's kind of fucked up because like in South America, except for Brazil, and in most parts of Africa, like their COVID rates are way lower than America. Right, because it's for real. Like you go, like because you always think that you go to Central Africa, like those people are just all like laying down and dying. No, they're actually doing pretty well. You know why? Because Ebola kicked their ass, and they know now to not fuck around with these diseases.
This is not going to happen to us again.
Exactly.
Over there, I will sit over here.
Exactly. Good evening, my brother. No, stay over there. Wakanda forever. That is my greeting now. Wakanda forever. Like, don't touch me. Wakanda forever.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's exactly. Just why does the whole planet have more sense than we do? The whole planet. The whole planet.
Because the whole planet has more sense than America, because America is essentially Fat Elvis right now. Like, you used to be dope, and then you got fatted on drugs, and he on stage just singing the hits, "We're the greatest hunker burning love," and it's like, nah, dog, this is not 1950s Elvis. You 1974 about to die Elvis, and you still think you're the shit. That's the problem, really.
That's true. I mean, that's pretty true.
You're Fat Elvis.
Frustrating. Yeah.
And actually, you know this because I have a great picture of you when you did a comedy show and you opened for Bobby Brown, I think it was. And so that picture of Bobby Brown, I don't know what year that was. Right there. I don't know what year that was with the Bobby Brown, but that was not the Mr. Telephone Man Bobby Brown, okay?
No. Let me see. This was New Year's Eve, like 2011, 2012, right? So 8 years ago. And I'm opening for Bobby Brown. I'm like psyched about it because I was like, Dan Dillman, shout out to Dan Dillman, Mayor San Leandro, whether you got elected or not. He was running that theater over there. And he wanted me to come in and do some comedy up ahead. There was me, Chris Riggins, and a couple other comics and stuff. And I'm like, and Bobby shows up, and I'm like excited to meet him because I'm like, oh shit, yeah, my prerogative and all this. I used to do Running Man, all this stuff. This dude is drunker than anyone I have ever seen in my life. In my life, Kevin. He goes up on that stage. He forgets the words to my prerogative. He like he has to keep taking breaks and keep taking sips, taking breaks and taking sips, and then I found I was talking to his manager the other night, and he didn't tell me exactly how much he was getting paid, but it was north of $50,000. And in that moment, that was when I was like, I've never had more respect for Bobby Brown. Because that's what I want to be when I grow up. If I could be that shit faced and still get paid that much, I made it.
How do you forget the lyrics?
Fat Elvis.
One of your biggest hits.
Absolutely right. Fat Elvis.
It's Fat Elvis time. Like that you're kind of living off of like the draft of like your greatest times, not realizing that no, you're out of shape. You don't remember the lyrics anymore. And his eyes look so watery. Like the dude looked like he took like 2 punches to the head. Like it looks real bad.
And those running man dances that they used to do. Oh no, it's all hands now. There's none of those. It's none of those spins and everything. It's just all in one spot, like right here. It's no choreography anymore.
He's like one of those old singers that you ever go to a concert, like the singer doesn't want to do his material, so he's like, "You sing," and he's just like waving, "You sing," and you're like, "No, I paid you. You sing." Yeah. So anyway, that's why America's like this right now. You're in Fat Elvis phase. So
but
clean it up or else.
Lakers. What are you saying? What we're gonna do about having a parade? Like I don't know. Like we're gonna have to wait till this is all done. But if we had figured this out, I could have been able to go to the game. That's why I'm upset. Like I wish I could have witnessed us win a championship in person. I live in LA. It's right here.
Yeah. I mean, and it's possible too, because like New Zealand, they started doing rugby games again. Like India's having cricket games. Places in Europe, they're like, cautiously, starting games again with like 50% capacity and things like that. So it was doable. We just didn't do shit. We just kind of sat around and kind of hoped it would go away, And so that's where we're at right now.
Have you been following the NFL at all?
You know what? Not really. I've been following a little bit. I was a little mad yesterday on Sunday because the 49ers beat the shit out the Rams, and I was all set to talk mad trash. But everybody was watching the Dodgers, so like nobody was paying attention. So I'm like the only person. Like I'm on the phone, like, "Hey man, you watching the game? Yeah, it's gonna go to Game 7. No, not that one. It was bad. I mean.
Football doesn't seem the same to me. Like basketball, I feel like they did a really good job like mimicking the presentation. Football, there ain't a full house. It echoes too much. But also, the reason I'm bringing up, like they're not doing like very much social distancing at all. And Cam Newton missed the game because he caught COVID, and then he's kind of been shitty ever since. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Cam was kind of on the decline of his career before this season, but like he got COVID and now he's like he looks winded out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He doesn't look 100%, and they have the first losing October since Tom Brady showed up in 2002. And frankly, I'm scared for that brother, man. I'm scared because you get rid of Tom Terrific, like the whitest white man ever, and you put in a black quarterback and he's losing
in Boston.
In Boston. Ugh. like I'd hire extra security, man. Yeah, exactly. Good Lord, way to put a brother in a bad situation. Ugh.
That's like basically being a black quarterback at Alabama in the '60s. You wouldn't get that job. But, well, it's not that bad. It's not nearly that bad.
It's close, man. I mean, as they continue to lose, like it's Boston. They're gonna. I mean, they booed Bill Russell and he won for them. Okay.
Damn, he won 11. I don't have that many fingers. He won 11 of them.
Right, but let's keep it real though. If you play basketball in the 1960s and there's 9 white guys on the court, like I could have won 2 championships at least.
Well, you are 6'4".
Yeah, I could have won some championships. So let's not give Bill Russell too
I would have
much
made the All-Stars. Anyway, all right, we got to wrap this up. This has been.
One quick thing about the Lakers, then we wrap it up. So there's a rumor going on right now that Chris Paul might be coming to the Lakers. Have you heard this?
Ooh, I have heard that. That would be vindication, especially if he wins the championship with them, because they vetoed us in like 2012. I'm still mad about that shit.
David Stern is twisting in his grave right now.
No, he's not. He's smiling in his grave. I'm twisting in my. So yeah, I'm all for it. If as long as we don't have to pay like $40 million for Chris Paul, otherwise,
right.
no.
But that's the problem, though. He has a 4-year, $160 million contract. Like that's $40 million a year. Like you would have to get rid of everybody except LeBron and AD. Like that. It would look like the big three, basically.
Yeah. And Chris Paul, you're more than welcome to come for a reasonable salary. You've made your money. Come to the Lakers and win a ring. But as far as like, I say 15, 20, but 40? Nah.
Okay, would you give up $20 million a year?
What's the mid-level exception?
I don't know.
Like whatever that is, like something that's like you can't pay him all of it, but you want him, but you don't want to insult him, but it's saying just no. Like just let me keep laughing at the Clippers because that was as good as the Lakers winning. That was so good. I'm
you're never gonna let that go.
For reaction video, never let that go. Like that'd be like if the Raiders talk shit all year long, and they beat us during the season, and then they lost on their way to the Super Bowl, and then we won. Imagine the shit you would talk to all of Oakland.
Oh yeah. I mean, that'd be like a year-long thing. I'd drive up to San Francisco every week and go across the bay to Oakland, but like, hey, how y'all feeling? Oh,
or better yet, the year that Jerry went to the Raiders, and then we win the Super Bowl. That's what it would feel like. Because we were supposed to get Paul George.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want that hitting the side of the backboard, Paul George, anyway. So,
okay, we got to wrap this up. We've been Failed to remember. You guys have been more than generous with your time. Thank you so much for letting us use your studio. I hope this can be more of a consistent thing. Kevin, did you have a good time? Because this is awesome. To me.
Oh yeah. This is great. It feels good to be back in the room with actual people, even though you're, digital people. One quick thing, starting next Tuesday, if you're in LA, I'm going to try to start up a new open mic over at Diablo's, which is in Silver Lake. So if you know where the Silver Lake Lounge is, it's like across the street from there. So starting next Tuesday, we're going to try to pop that off and get some, real humans in the room, and so we can get people going again. So if you're in LA and you want to get some stage time, hit me up, Kevin Munroe, on Facebook, or hit us up on Showtime and Kev. We'll see how that goes.
Yep. And for me, I just found out I'll be doing the World Series of Comedy November 9th in Las Vegas. Show up. Yep, thank you. Show up if you can. If not, if COVID restrictions, whatever, we are streaming it. So please hit me up. Just go to my Facebook at Cory Showtime. Everything Instagram, Facebook, Cory Showtime, and you'll find the link for the streaming, and you can tune in and cheer me on. And that does it for us. Thanks again to ChickenWaffle Studios. Failed to render. Peace out.
All right. Cheers.
All right.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome, dudes.
This was fun, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
You guys are super animated too, and I can tell you guys have been doing it for a while, and you just want to get in each other's faces, but you